Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for having me. Thank you all for coming. My name is James Miller. Better or worse, some of you folks know me as Millerized. I'll let that to you to decide. I'm the current president of Three Arms Company. The spirit of our company and our customers is embodied in this Captain John Parker, ready to stand on the green and defend liberty. You, the men and women who would make Captain Parker proud, you are the driving force behind this company, and you are the ones who will make this happen. I'm just a guy that builds guns. Mr. Carradine is just a guy whose ability with words stirs the emotions and imagination. But you are the keeper of those imagination. You are the keeper of those emotions. It is you that will make the company and this lifestyle, the Citadel, a reality. Three Arms Company will offer fighting arms. Not safe queens, not junk, not trash you're going to throw around on a weekend. It's designed by patriots, built by patriots, for patriots. If you do your part, and the Citadel will assist you with obtaining and keeping that ability, so you with your rifle and your pistol will not fail to do what they were intended to do, to maintain liberty wherever it is needed. Three Arms will never accept a government contract. Imagine being held hostage by the same firearm you, for a profit, let sold to your enemy. We are not going to let that happen to us outside of our own security forces, and everyone who maintains a residence within the walls of the Citadel will be that security force. There will be no sales on company letterhead, no acronymic government agencies or police forces will obtain our weapons normal channels. No fast profit dollars by assisting those who would do us harm. No, just no. Three Arms will make ammo, eventually. Fast production machines, Camdex and their like, are on a 6-month lead time at minimum. The faster we can get to the point of ordering these machines, the faster we can get them installed and running, the faster we can produce the nourishment your rifles and pistols will need to maintain their health. Three Arms profits do not make corporate fat cats rich. Profits will go into building the company, and in turn to build the Citadel and defend liberty on our time, on our ground. We are bare bonesing things money-wise currently. I've received squat for producing these rifles. The pistols were produced with the funds, simply because we needed someone to produce them now. My travels to and from here are out of my pocket, like most of you. Why? Because I believe in liberty as much as you believe in liberty. I believe in this project of the Citadel and Three Arms as much as you believe in the project. I also believe that we are all ready for something like this to succeed. And honestly, I believe our window for making something like this happen, for this to ever happen at all, is right now. Mr. Carradine had the idea and helped get things pointed in the right direction. He's also stepping away even from public relations aspects of Three Arms. We have great patriots writing for the official Three Arms blog, the websites, Facebook, and other avenues of public visibility. He knows his role is simply to help get things started, then walk away. Shake up the soda, hand it off to those who know how to keep it pointed in the right direction so we just don't splatter the wrong people, yet. He also knows he's a bit too controversial to be anywhere close to Three Arms, except perhaps as a cheerleader on the sidelines. That said, I am the president of Three Arms Company. Mrs. Carradine will help run the business side because of her qualifications within the business side. I will run the gun side, but it is me running things. That's for those out there who just don't get it, how we're doing this. There's some folks out there who just don't like the idea. Those sides will be able to remain insulated from each other enough that Three Arms Company remains well above board and fully legal. My name is on file with the state of Idaho, the ATF, and the Three Arms bank account as president. Mr. Carradine's name will never be on anything related to Three Arms, and it never will be. It's my ass that will be handed to me if something goes wrong, and folks, let me tell you, I have no intention of ever sitting inside of a government installation for anything Three Arms related, except maybe to accept their terms of surrender. We are pushing the limits of time with this project. 2 short months ago, this was an idea whose time we felt had come. The timeline is aggressive. No, the timeline is insane. Those who consider us insane only because they don't hear what the Three Arms calling is doing. And currently, the Citadel has for us. It is up to us to make them hear that call, to bring them aboard, and to make them one of us. 07 licensing through the ATF to be able to manufacture weapons, 1 to 2 months minimum. Mr. and Mrs. Carradine are currently in Idaho as we speak, looking for our land, discussing our operations with local government, and seeking a storefront so we can get a physical address for the rest of the process. It's not simple, but we will get through, we will get to it, and we will start building guns. We will build the 3 Arms Company from the ground up, one stone at a time. Will there be hiccups? Guarantee it. I can almost guarantee it. Common AR and 1911 parts are currently measured in months. Back orders, everybody's building these. Everybody wants them. There are none on shelves. Why are we going to continue on this track? Because it's the right thing to do at the right time with the right people. Look around you and tell me it isn't our time. You folks will make us proud on Buy a Gun Day, November 6th, and we'll be building shortly thereafter. Remember, with the support of this community, we got this. Thank you very much. If there's any questions, I will be back there after lunch, during lunch. Come talk to me. If you have any questions you need answered, we will do our best to get them. Thank you. 3 Arms. You've all heard of the 3 percenters. What 3 percenters are, what we stand for, what we want to do. We would like to build firearms. We would like to build a community based on. Free State Project decided they were going to try to start a liberty-minded state by just moving in. They did move in, and they were competing with anybody else that was already there for the jobs. We plan on building a company to supply those jobs as we move into an area with the people. When you walk into an area, you're pretty much on your own. If you walk into a small enough area, enough people can make a difference right off. You walk in with your own jobs, your own factory. You build your own community. Those folks around you see that community, see people walking around with guns on their hip and no one getting shot. They see people with jobs in a community that didn't have jobs. They walk in and they see people enjoying liberty in its true form. That's what we intend to do with the Citadel. We intend to walk in, not walk in, we have to fight our way in. But find an area, build a factory, build a community, build a lifestyle, build our own little enclave. The idea behind the Citadel is having a secured location, 3,000 to 5,000 patriots living in proximity of each other, that if something happens, when the world does go to crap, and we all have a pretty good idea that it's going to hit eventually, when that world goes to crap, you pull the gate up, you survive within that community, not unlike what castles and citadels used to do. The community lived in that area. The Citadel was to protect that community, everybody, during times of need, during times of strife and war. That whole process is what we're trying to do. We've settled on Idaho simply because of vote. You can walk into Idaho, you can find land, you can find people of like mind, you can find a place to call home. Land costs are low. People are common thinking. It would just be it was also high on the list of the Free States Project. They choose, I think, New Hampshire?
Yeah.
Alaska was one. Just trying to get away from the mainstream. Some of the areas that we're looking for in Idaho have a county population of 12,000 people. 3,000 to 5,000 people, 3,000 to 5,000 families walking to an area like that makes an impact immediately. Walking in, not having to rely on the local community, won't see you can write your own politicians, you can write your own check, you can write your own methods of doing things. It's a lot easier walking in when you've got the power as compared to stealing it from somebody else. That is the idea. 3 Arms provides funding for the Citadel. Citadel provides funding for itself. The more people you move in, the more arms. It's one large loop. Circle of fire.
You know, a lot of different people have talked about, where best to go, west of the Rockies. Mm-hmm. Chuck Ball went out to Montana.
Right.
What was there any, you see any drawbacks with Montana?
Montana already has a very good base. Idaho right now, Montana's pretty well set up. Montana's pretty much gave the finger to the federal government, says anything we're going to build without your approval. If you can legally own it, you're going to own it. As long as it doesn't go outside the state lines, it's yours. You want to walk in and buy a suppressor for $150? Go for it. Idaho right now is in the process. Idaho wants to be the gun capital of the United States. They want manufacturers to come in. They are in the process also of doing the same thing that Montana did. They're in the process of starting to Uncle Sam. that opens up a huge manufacturing base. That opens up people of a liberty-minded. Folks will move when they heard that Wyoming and Montana said, you know, we're going to build what we want to. The heck with you guys. That brought a lot of people in, simply because people could own things they couldn't own anyplace else. Idaho is of the same mind. When Idaho said, hey, we want to start building guns here, they were going to offer relatively lucrative reasons for coming, like most places do that want a tax base. We'll bring you in, we'll nullify your taxes for a couple years, we'll give you this, we'll help you build a company, because you'll be literally funding our coffers at that point. When you start funding those coffers, you need to have people there that are going to make sure that that money's spent for things that really matter to you. But that's the whole reason for Idaho. It's not to the point where you can just walk in and kick things around, but somebody walking in with a business has that opportunity.
What process is the Citadel in?
Process right now, trying to find some place to call home. We started this again end of July. At that point it was an idea. Ideas in this community do very well, especially an idea of moving someplace and living in Jefferson's true liberty. Sam and Holly, Mr. and Mrs. Carradine, are out there in Idaho right now. They've got meetings with I think it's called the Secretary of State. West Virginia, the Secretary of State controls the business side of the state. They are meeting with them to decide what areas are the best to look. They've got, I think, either 3 or 4 county seats, county governments that they have set up meetings with to try to decide which county would offer us the best incentive for moving to their county. When you think of a population of a county being about 12,000 people, moving 3,000 to 5,000 people, 3,000 to 5,000 families into an area that size gives you the pull. That's a lot of money. It's a lot of money that you'll make. It's a lot of money you can use for your projects of healing gardens and all this other stuff. It will be an interesting process. Nothing is cheap. Nothing is free. The profits from this company build the Citadel. The profits of the Citadel build the company, keep the people there in jobs. It's going to be tough, but it is very easily doable. It's an idea. It's a concept. When we get to there, when we start digging holes, we're going to need people that know construction.
Yeah.
We are going again. The company builds. The company needs people. The people are employed. It would be a place you can make a living.
Okay, so just contact him through what?
Contact. I think it's Jake. Yeah. Bonnie Gadsden. He's available on Facebook. He's available online.
Okay.
If you see something about the Citadel or 3 Arms, there are several different people running different facets of it. I'm the 3 Arms man. 3 Percenters is Mr. Carradine. 3 Arms Construction is Bonnie Gadsden. Click on their sites, get their information, contact them directly. We're still fledgling as far as the part that not everybody's tied in together. We're all going to the same thing. Build the same, for lack of a better term, it's a dream for us all. It really is. Anybody else? All right, thank you once again.